Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Lorraine Hayman and I am a Rotary Peace Fellow from International Christian University in Tokyo, Japan. Today I'm going to share with you some details about the Rotary Peace Fellowship and the importance of studying peace studies. Firstly, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Rotary Peace Fellowship. Each year, Rotary awards up to 130 fully funded fellowships for dedicated leaders from around the world to study at one of the Rotary Peace Centres. I undertook my Peace Fellowship to gain a master's degree at International Christian University in Tokyo, Japan. Through academic training, practice and global networking opportunities, the programmes at the Rotary Peace Centres help to develop the capacity of peace and development professionals or practitioners so that they become experienced and effective catalysts for peace. With my background as an educator, the fellowship gave me the opportunity to take my practice and push it further in the direction of working towards the achievement of peace. Peace studies has really opened my eyes and mind to different perspectives about building and maintaining peace from around the world. The programme at International Christian University is a liberal arts programme. This means that as Peace Fellows, we all have the opportunity to explore what peace can mean in very different disciplines. Being a Rotary Peace Fellow in Japan has also given me the opportunity to learn more about Japan's culture and attitude to peace, as the ideas of a peaceful coexistence is very much ingrained in modern-day Japanese culture, language and politics. What is peace? There are many different ways to define peace. Rotary, for example, explain that they see peace not as an abstract concept, but as a living, dynamic expression of human development. Peace can be considered the absence of direct violence. That's known as negative peace. But then I have to ask, what is violence? Is violence direct and physical, or can it also be emotional and even structural? Positive peace, for example, imagines a world in which everyone has more than their basic needs met, and it includes the eradication of both physical, structural and cultural violence too. So depending on the definition of violence, it can change what is meant by peace. My understanding of peace is influenced by scholars like Galtung. I see a peaceful society as one in which everyone can achieve and reach their potential, where equality, equity and social justice are considered cornerstones. A peaceful world is one in which there is no direct, no structural and no cultural violence. As a Peace Fellow, I've had the privilege to join a wonderful group of activists, practitioners, teachers and journalists, for example, from around the world. The network of the fellowship is vital. For example, during my master's degree, I had to undertake a substantial research project. I wanted to interview women who were learning basic digital skills about the inequalities that they have faced because they lack digital skills. I was very fortunate that I could connect with women at a school in Germany because it was founded by a former Rotary Peace Fellow from International Christian University. Due to the fellowship network, I was able, against all odds, to talk to and learn the stories of women about their experiences of learning digital skills remotely. I did it remotely because I'm based in Japan and during the COVID pandemic I wasn't able to travel. So this really gives you an indication of what it means to be a Rotary Peace Fellow. It really is like joining a big family of like-minded individuals from around the world. Next, I'd like to share a little bit about the role of Rotarians in the Rotary Peace Fellowship. Since I first discovered the Rotary Peace Fellowship in 2017, and I realised what an incredible opportunity it would be for me to take my experiences as an educator and learn new skills and gain more knowledge about peace scholarship, I've been fortunate enough to be connected to Rotarians in the UK in District 1040. These Rotarians have been an amazing source of knowledge, support and guidance. And I've never met any of them in person. I think that's a real sign of their commitment to the Rotary Peace Fellowship and of friendship when it spans the world and the past 4 years without ever actually meeting face to face. There are also important Rotarians in the countries where the peace centres are located, and Japan is no exception. This is a picture that was taken at a Christmas party in 2019 with the local Rotary Club near International Christian University. The local Rotarians in Japan have been so generous in helping all of the fellows settle into life in Japan and providing a source of support during the COVID pandemic. My local host counsellor in Japan also plays an important role in enabling the fellowship. Host counsellors are the fellows' first point of contact about matters that are not related to academic elements which we can connect to our universities for. For example, they help to teach fellows about the different culture that they now find themselves living in, and in Japan this has been crucial. Life in Japan as a Rotary Peace Fellow. One of the many highlights of my fellowship experience occurred recently when I had the privilege to facilitate at the Rotary Peace Fellow Global Peace Conference during a session sharing stories of the Hibakusha, or survivors of the Nagasaki atomic bombings, which occurred on the 9th of August 1945. These incredible individuals shared their stories with people from around the world in English because they wanted to reiterate their goal of seeing a world free from nuclear arms. Being involved in this conference was a powerful reminder of the importance of telling and listening to the stories of others, as well as the essential Rotary Peace Fellowship network that I mentioned previously. Without this network, an event like this would not have been possible. After all, it took Rotary Peace Fellow volunteers from around the world to make this conference happen. It was a non-stop conference that took place over 24 hours to allow all time zones to participate. It was a real privilege and highlight of my fellowship to be involved in this session and to represent Rotary Peace Fellows from Japan. I'd like to share a little bit about experiencing a new culture as well. After all, Rotary Peace Fellows are not allowed to apply for peace centres in their home countries. The idea of the fellowship is that it does encourage you to move abroad so that you can experience a new culture. In this picture, you can see me stood in Tokyo. Japan is often known for its sprawling metropolis of Tokyo and other cities like Osaka and Nagoya, for example. Tokyo is famous for its neon lights and its skyscrapers, and you can get a little sense of that vastness from this photo. However, I really wanted to say that by being lucky enough to have this opportunity to live in Japan as a Rotary Peace Fellow, I've come to realise that it is a country of beautiful and often wild nature. It really is a country of contradictions and extremes. For example, it has spectacular mountains. It has wonderful lakes and many traditional towns in almost jungle-like areas where when the rainy season stops and the sunshine starts of the summer, temperatures rise and the wildlife goes crazy. It's a semi-tropical country. It has some of the most incredible beaches and turquoise seas. Snorkeling in water as clear as glass in Okinawa is a very special memory that I never thought is one that I would make in a country like Japan. In addition to being able to enjoy the wonderful nature in Japan, being a Rotary Peace Fellow in Japan enables fellows to connect with local groups and support local peace in Japan. So I'd like to share a little bit about the things that fellows have done in Japan with you now. Rotary believes that if concerned citizens work together to create peace locally, lasting change can happen globally. And this is very much true of the Rotary Peace Fellowship. In Japan, near International Christian University, there are several groups that Peace Fellows have connected with over the years. For example, one of them is called Global Mitaka. The area around International Christian University is known as Mitaka. Global Mitaka is a group designed to connect international students from the university, including Rotary Peace Fellows, with the local community. For example, I was involved in an English language book reading group with youngsters, where we would gather together and tell stories in English. There are other groups as well, such as the student group founded by Rotary Peace Fellows known as Ad Passion. It's a student group at the university designed to encourage not only Rotary Peace Fellows but also other graduate and undergraduate students to engage with ideas of peace. One of the opportunities that has presented itself during the COVID-19 pandemic is that while it's been more difficult to engage face-to-face and in person with local peace-building groups, the opportunity to work with organisations globally has become more mainstream and a more popular idea. Remote volunteering is something I was doing a while ago. As living in Japan, I often came upon the language barrier in my early days of living here, and so volunteering locally became a bit of a challenge. So I decided to engage with some organisations from around the world, and since 2017 I've been volunteering for a literacy charity in America that's helping to build literacy among disadvantaged populations. I was volunteering for an arts education non-profit organisation to share about Japanese arts, culture and language with some students of schools in New York. I've also volunteered as a leadership mentor for a women's charity based in the Asia Pacific region. I have also volunteered in a school in Germany to help train some teachers who are working with women who have low levels of digital skills. This is the school I mentioned earlier that I worked with in my master's research as well. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I think it's important at times of crisis, like during the pandemic, when we may feel that we lack control and we have seen peace building be set back around the world, that there are still opportunities and there are still ways that those of us who are interested in achieving peace in this world are able to work with others to help meet that goal. In summary, the fellowship welcomed me with open arms into this incredible global family network. It really opened my eyes to peace from different perspectives. It showed me the different ways to be a peace builder and catalyst for peace, and reiterated just how important the work of seeking, building and maintaining peace is. It helped me make some friends for life. And it reminded me that those working in the peace field have the same objectives, but many different routes that they have taken. After all, in my cohort of Rotary Peace Fellows, we had teachers, nurses, activists, aid workers, journalists, and even a police officer. Being a Rotary Peace Fellow is an identity I will continue to wear with pride. I would like to take this opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you to the Rotarians that make the Rotary Peace Fellowship possible. There are thousands of Rotary Peace Fellows around the world, thanks to your generosity and support, who are all working together, creating environments where peace can be built and maintained. Thank you so much for listening to me today. If you would like to get in touch or have any questions about my presentation or even the Rotary Peace Fellowship, please feel free to contact me on the information provided below. Thank you, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of the district conference.